Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I got a ping late up at night. I was just got home a little bit ago. I had to run into the office and do some stuff, but I just came home, grabbed a beer, made some guac. I mean, how much more Mexican does it get? But Jesus, like I was just chilling down for the night watching some Kim's Convenience on Netflix, and I got a ping about this new update. So I'm making a quick video about this. So they are pretty much, in short, or TLDR, walking back the expertise in GYPSUM system. Not fully, but they are listening to the community and making some adjustments. So let's kind of dive into it and let's go over it. So thank you for all the continued feedback on the expertise and GYPSUM system. Whenever possible, we want to share upcoming changes and discuss them with you so we can build a better game together. You hear that, guys? Together. Your feedback on the system has been greatly improved the direction, so thank you again. This is just going to be blah, blah, blah. Don't need to worry about that. The big change. In early 2022, when we start reducing the effectiveness of gear to your expertise level, we will exempt the following items. Any item you craft, any item you earn from a quest, and any item from a pack you purchase from a faction shop. When these changes are implemented, gear score scaling will only apply to items sold or traded after the patch, so any items obtained prior to this patch will not be impacted or reduced in any way. So, with them saying this, guys, if you're going to buy some gear that's high level, now is the time. I think gear is going to be like high level gear. 600 is going to be going up in price because it's going to be really good right now. You want to get it before this happens, and I'm going to say that I've been having beer, guys. I'm a little bubbly, all right? I'm going to say, because we know from the previous update that they kind of dated the winter convergence thing to kind of go live on the 14th. So they may start be laying the foundation for this around then, and then possibly rolling this into the 2022 or giving everybody a couple weeks. I don't know. It's interesting to see. We'll see how it goes. When we thought about it more, reducing power for existing players is just unacceptable and something we will not do. We initially thought it would be only temporary and giving a new path to gain back that power with GYPSUM would be acceptable, but it's now clear we were wrong. This updated system will also give players alternative ways to equip themselves if they don't want to engage in the expertise system. Crafting especially will gain even more importance in New World, since any item you craft will be usable at the gear score regardless of expertise. That's good. That was my biggest, and I think everybody's gripe. And they kind of go into it a little bit more. And the funny thing is, I talked to one of the company members, Mick Haven, about this change, and I think this is what they should do, and this is actually what they're doing. So quests and faction shop items will be other alternatives to good gear, and both things we can continue to introduce more in the future. Oh, I'm getting out of breath. I shouldn't be drinking beer. I'm on my third beer right now. I've just been chugging them. I was like, oh man, it's getting late. I gotta get ready for bed soon. So I started chugging the beer, and then this came up. So, okay, so let's get back on topic here. So we acknowledge this change will create a difference between the way the game worked before this change and after. We recognize that some players who haven't hit 60 yet and acquired their gear may feel like the game got harder for them. Hopefully, this is an offset with the addition of GYPSUM as a new avenue that previous players didn't have. Ultimately, I guess we'll finish up this before we continue further. In addition, when we implemented the gear score scaling, we will now only reduce the effectiveness to the middle of your expertise and the item's gear score. So if your musket expertise is 520 and you buy a 600 gear score musket off the market, your effective gear score will be 560. This is basically what I was talking about. Is kind of just, instead of cutting everybody right off at the knees, it should be halfway, because it just makes sense. Like, it gives them something to grow into, but at the same time, it makes you feel like the money you're spending on this item is not for for pure vain. That you're getting some benefit for this. December tuning and balance adjustments, also based on the PTR feedback from playing the expertise and GYPSUM system. We are going to make a number of tuning and balancing adjustments to the system. Please keep in mind they have not been tested, so consider them directional examples of the changes we are planning for December. Reduce the cost of crafting gypsum to 2.5 coin from 100. Gypsum cast 5 coin from 5,475. So they're talking. They said this isn't going to be exactly what they're going to do, but this is an idea or a direction they want to go, and it's the numbers that they're giving us are drastic. So I think they're going to nerf this to the ground. We decided that there is no need for any other coin expense for our level 60 players, but keep a minimal amount so endgame territorial owners can earn a little more tax income. I think this is a good change. Honestly, the gypsum system, the casting, is gonna that and being able to use oh man, now it's bothering me what they're called, like patterns and stuff like that. You're gonna be able to really make or handcraft weapon a lot more specific. You'll be able to pick more of the perks that you wanted to before, because before you can only pick one perk, right? Guarantee one perk, and the other ones would be randomly rolled. Now you can do 2, and on top of that you can kind of keep raising up your gear score to keep making that gear better, let's say. I think this is good overall, a good change. This is exactly what they needed to do. It changed Topaz Gypsum to daily instead of weekly, which is good because previously you could do it like once a week, and now you can do it once a day, and that's the 55 level mob if I remember correctly. So 55 level mobs and up. And reduce the crafting ingredients to make it less difficult to craft. Change gypsum earn cooldown timers from 22 hours to 18 hours just to give a little bit more leeway to people's schedules in the future when we want to build a global cooldown system to make it easier to coordinate this and other daily activities like crafting and faction missions. But this is a lower priority than server merges, which server merges should be a priority, and other critical fixes. I was actually looking at Overrun's thing today. We peaked and it was like 300. I did not realize how low it has gotten. I mean, it's Monday, and usually people are pretty busy Monday, but still. Adjust the way expertise bumps work, so there's a minimum as well as a maximum. Currently, there is no minimum, which can result in a few bad rolls at the start, really demoralizing players. This will also decrease the average bumps needed to get the min-max expertise. Our goal is to average around 35. So they're saying this is going to be about 35 bumps until you reach max. So that's not terrible, because if you do that every day, plus doing other things like you know, elite chest runs and stuff like that, you could probably cut this close to 3/4. So you could probably do this in like 25 days, I would say, because you could only, yeah, I'd say maybe about 25 days, maybe less. I'd say on average you're probably looking about 25 days in a month, which is hit or miss for one item. Oh no, I would have to do some research on that. Move gypsum rewards from cash to event. A few activities such as outpost rush, corrupted breaches, arenas, and aptitude granted gypsum in the cash in the PTR. This leads to hoarding and uncertainty if using a cash now is safe. This change should reduce both of those concerns. Okay. Okay. This is a good change, guys. The one thing I'm going to take away with right now, guys, is the one thing that Amazon Games is doing right is listening and I was going to say communicating with with the community, but that's kind of not accurate because they keep having secret patches, which they need to stop doing. They need to be a little bit more direct and a little bit more like, this is what we're changing, this is what we changed. But this is a good sign that they're showing like, hey, okay guys, we agree, we might have went a little too overboard, we're going to dial it back before it comes out. I think this is a good thing. I think this is a good change. I think this is exactly what needed to happen. I think this is good medium ground of kind of incentivizing other players to do more things than just endless chest runs. Basically, now you have to like kill the elite bosses because that gives you a chest, upping the elite chests in those areas as well to kind of just overall. I think this change is pretty good, especially with this new update, reducing the cost dramatically, 25 to 100. Crazy. Gear is going to be super expensive on the shops right now, so if you have 600 gear score items that you're looking to sell, put them up now. They're probably going to go like hotcakes and put them for a good price because when this patch comes up, it's gonna drop because people aren't gonna want to spend that much. I do see this making end gear score items being a little bit less expensive after the patch, just because people who are going to be buying them aren't going to get the full effect till later. But it's debatable because you can see it as kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for, guys? Like a kind of like a investment to your future, I guess. But I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? I think this is an awesome change. If you guys like this video, hit that like. As always, guys, I appreciate the love and support. Have a beer for me, guys, and then I'll see you guys next time. Peace.